On this episode of Jerky News, we're doing a review on Jack Link's Beefsteak. In the amazing of me catching, reviewing Jack Link's Beefsteak. It's a very easy opening. From the last Big Chief, it was said easy peel, but kind of a struggle there. This one is just a nice opening there, so that's a nice peel. You can clearly see on the back that there's beef jerky in there. Vacuum sealed. It's like you can't just like pick out the sides, open it up, eat it, and leave it there. It is from... Can you please pronounce that?
Let's see. So this is Jack Link's original slow-cooked and seasoned beef steak, is what it says. It's from Mississauga. No, it's from Mississauga, Ontario, and
Great Plains.
a company called Link Snacks. So obviously they do other stuff too. 28-gram package cost us about $2.99, so we'll see what kind of value that looks like. They're calling it premium cuts. So it's interesting. It says a product of the USA, but on the packaging
It says it's from Ontario.
it says it's from Ontario. So
well, Big Chief also said that, and same with the Zax.
yeah, so obviously it's either imported or they've got like a leg here in Canada. So it looks pretty cool. The logo, everybody knows the Jack Link's logo. This is their smaller 28-gram package of their beef steak, so it's not necessarily a jerky.
It's gonna be... Gonna keep the microphone while I do this. Yep. Do some ASMR quickly.
Is this thing on? Why is it not plugged into anything?
It's a rock. And even says it's professional.
Doing there?
Almost there. I got something. Here we go.
Oh, easy.
Oh.
Nice.
I'm already snatching the big piece.
Okay.
Get that tiny one.
All right.
Already,
so,
you can see some little lines and cuts in there.
yeah. So it's there you go.
It's not greasing really up my fingers.
No, it's not too greasy. Not like some of the other ones that we've had before.
The Zax was like covering, but brown sugar.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see.
It said it had brown sugar, but I can't really taste it.
I'm gonna crack mine in half. See what happens here. Oh.
I'm surprised it's beef jerky.
Yeah, so it is. It's a little steaky, I guess. That's because they call it a beef steak, right? So you can see it's a little bit thicker. It's quite
easy to rip. I
guess. It was. Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna go here.
Okay, ready? I'm going in.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh, it's good.
Really good.
Hard to chew.
So the ingredients are beef, water, salt, brown sugar, mustard, spices.
I can taste the spice. This is the first one that actually has spice. And I can taste the mustard too.
And they do say on the package that it's seasoned. So they don't say spicy or anything like that. And I wouldn't call it spicy, but there's some flavor there. And the mustard comes through a little bit.
I can taste the mustard, yeah. Definite mustard there.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's tough, I think, but that's kind of what you're looking for in a beef jerky, right?
There's spice on my tongue. There's spice. There's like spice.
You want to like take a bite and then chew it for a little while. That's the thing. That's why you do the jerky.
A jerky turkey. Ready? I go jerky turkey.
That's good, man. So.
I like it. Yeah.
Mass produced. Everybody knows Jack Link's.
Really?
You can't go wrong. It's in every gas station across the Canada and the United States and everywhere else in the world, I'm sure. All right.
Ready to go for love.
So you ready to do some ratings?
Like, the more you get into it, it's easier to chew. Because, like, your teeth are more into it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it breaks up, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Good, let's get to the ratings. Whoopah. Okay. So we're here for the we're here for the rating on Jack Link's beef jerky here. You can see on the package. Jack Link's. We all love it. The best. It could be better, but Jack Link is the one we all know. Okay, so we got about 7 ratings here, right?
Okay. So now it's time to do some of our ranking, our ratings.
Ranking.
So we have a bunch of different categories that we rank. Jake and I both give it a number out of 5, which will give us a total number out of 10. And then after that, we determine sort of what the total is, and then we can see where this one sits as far as value goes and everything. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
I can hear you chewing.
ASMR. Okay, so the taste. What do you give a taste?
So yeah, the taste, I would say this is probably their best one. I know there's other ones that are like pretty flavorful and what have you. The original, I would say probably, to me anyways, I'll give it like a 4 out of 5. Like it's just the classic beef jerky taste. What about you?
Same. It's the classic. Everybody loves it.
Everybody loves it. 4 out of 5. Okay, and moving on to texture. Like, how does it feel?
Like, it's a nice texture. It's easy. Like, it's not hard in your hand. It's just a normal, like, pretty much a stick. So, I like it.
Yeah, like it's not overly, I think, dried out or anything like that. It's still got a good feel to it. When you twist it in half, it kind of breaks along the lines and everything.
Which is nice to just grab a little
Yeah,
piece.
it's not bad. Yeah, it's not the best I've had, but it's okay. I'll give it like.
And also, it's a little bit greasy, so it's like just in case you know that if you dropped it or not.
Right. Okay. What's your rating?
What you're feeling? Like
Texture.
Texture, like it's just like always. So I'll give it a 4. Like.
Okay. I think I'll give it like a 3. So
Yeah,
that's that's a 7 overall.
It's a texture. It's a texture. Small cheese on. Okay, back to the thickness.
Yes. So thickness. So the idea being, like, you don't really rate it on just like how thick it is, like 0 to 10 or thick, but you rate it on like how thick you expect it to be. So this one is listed as beefsteak, right?
Like
so
you expect it.
it should be thick. Like if it's going to be beefsteak, right? Like it should be.
It's a 5 for me.
Should be, yeah. Oh, you give it a 5. It's good and thick. Yeah, I thought it was good too. Like, yeah, a little less. I'll give it a
the best
4.
part about it is that since it's thick enough that it's chewy, really chewy, and so it's like you have longer lasting.
Okay, so that brings us to chew.
Chewy.
What's your rating for chew?
Chew is a nice chew. Like it takes a while, and I like to enjoy my beef jerky. So 4.
Okay, 4.
If there could be kinds of beef jerky that could go longer, but
okay, I'll give it a 3. So we'll give it a 7 overall for chew. Spice versus expectation. So we give it a 1 to 10.
So
not just how spicy it is, but how spicy the package said is compared to how it actually was.
From earlier videos, we would just do spicy and how we thought the spicy would be, and we would say always 0 because they weren't really spicy. Even if we weren't doing expectations, what we mean is that like we expected it and we're like, yeah.
So this one's like original. It says it's seasoned, so I expected it to have some flavor or whatever.
Exactly.
There was no spice at all though, and they didn't say that there was. So I'll give them 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 expectation.
Yeah.
But then why did you give all these 10?
Well, you have to give yours.
A 4. Oh yeah. I'll give it. True, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Reason why is because it actually did have a little bit of spice.
So that's an 8 out of 10 then.
So it makes sense. There was a little bit of spice because if there wasn't really expectation, if there wasn't expectation, then it would be a 1 on this spice.
All right, packaging.
You can see if you can see here. You can see that beef jerky. Sorry. It's a clear. That's where the beef jerky is sealed in. It's a vacuum sealed packaging. So
easy to
clear
open.
to see. Yeah, easy to open.
Yeah, you could do it without scissors. So that's huge.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it's good and red, like you can see it right across the store.
Exactly like the Big
Yeah.
Chief.
Okay, great. What's your number on that one?
4 out of 5.
4? Okay, I'll give it 4.5 out of 5. So give that 8.5.
Yeah.
And then their logo. Do you like the Jack Link's logo?
Yes, it's original.
It's pretty good, right? Yeah. It's clean.
It's not
easy.
showing any seriousness like Big Chief.
Big cheat, yeah, exactly, yeah, but it's pretty
just
good.
there. It's a nice ramble thing.
All right, what's your rating out of 5?
It's a 5 out of 5. It's an original.
Okay, we'll give their logo a solid 10. There you go.
Yeah.
So that's it for Jack Link's original.
Definitely a
Beefsteak,
go.
slow cooked, seasoned. Definitely a
It's
go.
a favorite.
Let's do it.
I forgot the microphone. On this episode of Jerky News.
Start over.
On this episode of Jerky News. Then you throw it.
Okay.
After I'm done saying reviewing. On this episode of Jerky News, we're going to be reviewing. On this episode of. On this episode of Jerky News, we're doing a review on. On this episode of Jerky News, we're doing a review.
Are you in the middle? Okay. Yep.
On this episode of Jerky News, we're doing a review on Jack Link's Beefsteak. On this episode of Beef Jerky,